Well, the dominoes are starting to fall around college football. The closer we get to the start of the season, the less optimistic I'm getting that we're actually going to have college football. The Big Ten yesterday announced the cancellation of 42 non-conference games and will be playing an in-conference only schedule. And the dominoes across college football are starting to fall. What does this mean for the other conferences? What's going on? What's the impact? We're going to dive into this story, but first, if you could like this video, share it on social media, and hit that subscribe button and get that notification bell to get the notifications of these daily video updates, I'd really appreciate it. Let's go. From USA Today, Big Ten football reduces season schedule to only conference games, maybe setting stage for others to follow. The Big Ten will play conference-only schedules in all fall sports, including football, should the league be able to participate in athletic events in the face of the ongoing coronavirus pandemic, the conference announced Thursday. As the first member of the Bowl subdivision to take such a step, the Big Ten's move could portend similar changes across the highest level of college sports, given the continued uncertainty caused by COVID-19. We are facing uncertain and unprecedented times, and the health, safety, and wellness of our student athletes, coaches, game officials, and other associated with our sports programs and campuses remain our number one priority, the conference said in a statement. Well, this all started Wednesday with the cancellation of the entire Ivy League season, all fall sports, so football, volleyball, I'm assuming, I'm not sure. All fall sports canceled in the Ivy League. And everyone was like, whoa. Is this a little too fast here? Are we doing this early? It's early to be calling this. But again, Ivy League was the first one to cancel when everything started in March with their postseason basketball tournament, and everything followed suit. So I don't know what this means. It looks like we're going to be out of conference games for every major conference at this point. I know we can flip to this article. ACC, Big 12, SEC, Pac12, where we stand on things. When the Big Ten made this decision to cancel the 42 non-conference games, SEC has made no comment. I feel like the SEC will be the last person to make any move on this. Football down south is something different. We're going to try and stick it through. I know that for a fact. SEC may be the only conference that plays football this year if they play football. The ACC is strongly moving towards getting rid of their non-conference schedule. I know the Big 12 has not made an announcement yet. The Big 12 was probably going to be a late mover on this. The Pac-12 is already getting ready to implement a conference-only schedule. I know they talked about. So Big 10's down. ACC and Pac-12 are next. I mean, I just looked at some games already canceled. Michigan at Washington, Ohio State at Oregon, Iowa State at Iowa, Miami at Michigan State, all canceled. Here are some other potential big non-conference games that we could be losing. I mean, Bama, USC, Ole Miss and Baylor, Texas and LSU, Tennessee and Oklahoma, all non-conference games we're looking to lose. I mean, if all these conferences cancel non-conference games, what the hell? Let's look at Notre Dame. Notre Dame's entire schedule is essentially canceled. Arkansas, Wake Forest, Stanford, Pittsburgh, Duke, Clemson, Georgia Tech, Louisville, and USC. I mean, Notre Dame's not going to have a football schedule. Who are they going to play? I mean, they have Navy and Army on there. So they don't even have Army on there this year. So maybe they're just playing the other independents. BYU's in a similar situation. The Pac-12 is basically their schedule. So Utah, Arizona State, Missouri they might get, Houston maybe, Boise State, Stanford. But they already lost the Michigan State and Minnesota games. So teams are dropping left like flies left and right. And I did some digging. I mean, let's just look at Twitter. This is a great story. The impact on smaller schools and smaller teams, because all these small schools depend on the money from these games. Like this is their breadwinner for the entire season. When you get these crap games, let's go to schedule. I mean, when you play Panera Bread State, as Colin Cowherd likes to say, it's huge money makers for these teams. Let's look. Let's see. Let me give a bad game. This is bad look. Alcorn State versus Auburn. Perfect example. Alcorn State is making all their money from Auburn, I'm sure. Abilene Christian at Texas A&M. Big money makers. So the small schools rely on this to keep their program afloat. And then you go look at this. Bruce Feldman had this great tweet. Cade Johnson. As a kid, I dreamed of playing at my dream school, the place where my pops played. That game meant everything to me. COVID sucks. And Bruce Owen breaks it down. So South Dakota State star wide receiver Cade Johnson's dad, Sylvester, was a standout for Nebraska. Cade was a huge Nebraska fan, but didn't get a sniff from the Huskers and became a big-time NFL prospect in FCS. He was set to face Nebraska this fall, but the game got canceled. Like, that's heartbreaking. I mean, I know it's out of his control, but that kid was going to get to play where his dad played, and he's obviously a good player. He's going to be an NFL wide receiver. And so but think about 99% of the college athletes aren't going to be pro, especially guys at these 1AA FCS schools. So this is like their only chance to play in front of a crowd of 100,000 people. That's life-changing memories for these kids, and it's gone away, and it's really, really disheartening. And I'm losing ever more confidence every day that things are going to go downhill. I did digging. So since June 8th, these are the programs that have announced positive COVID tests in this thing. Clemson, LSU, North Carolina, Kansas State, Texas, NC State, Georgia Tech, Arizona, Wisconsin, Michigan, Michigan State, Alabama, Boise State, Florida State, UCF, Auburn, Texas Tech, and Iowa. And that's just what I could find from June 8th. So just about a month, little over a month, that all these programs have had positive COVID tests. And the numbers are only going up. Numbers are up in 41 of 50 states across the country. I'm getting less and less optimistic that we're going to have football this season, at least in the college aspect. It's very disheartening. I'm at a loss for words almost at what to do at this point. But hopefully things turn around and things can get better. The SEC, as soon as the SEC falls, then we're in trouble. The SEC, I think, is the last pillar of hope to get a full college football games played this year. They will be the last to cancel. I'm positive of that. I mean, but if the SEC falls, we're at a loss point at this point. So I think that's going to do it for us today. Remember, if you could, like this video, share it, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.